Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Fortress Friday. You join us for a return to the world of Ushul Minbaz, the realm of enchanting, and the fortress of Akbad Thanas, Doomslayer. So last we left off, we had discovered that the mayor was a vampire, and we had isolated her from the rest of the fortress, with the intention of utilizing her for nefarious deeds. After all, her blood carries a very insidious ability in it. If anybody drinks the blood of a vampire, they themselves become a vampire with no loss in power scale. Vampires are perfect for government positions, or a safe apolitical streamer. Oh hey, speaking of Jamie, here is Jamie doing a little bit of fishing by the river. She has grabbed 4 raw salmon. Oh, look at this. We've got some migrants having arrived. Hell yeah. They brought a beat dog pup with them. Very cool. Oh yeah. And something that we want to do here is we have some, as you can see, the surrounding area has been mostly conquered by the Wavinesses of Blossoming, the elk people that we fought before, that it turns out are zombies. So we are going to start appealing to some local areas that are far enough away to not be a threat. So half a day's travel away is the dwarven hillocks of Tapered Brass. We are going to send Transfem, our diplomat, out there to make very convincing cat noises at them until they join us. Let's take a look at the new arrivals. We have a fishery worker, a fish cleaner. We have a cook, a lime maker, a planter, a siege engineer. All in all, a good variety of agricultural-based dwarves. We're gonna need to make some more. Rooms. Yeah, cat noises are definitely convincing. All right, well, Transfem is heading out to make contact at the village of Tapered Brass. Bonk. Since our own civilization lacks any form of other sites, we're definitely going to need to we're going to need other people to trade with us. So that's why we're reaching out to that particular hillocks. Solar Sniper, welcome in. Let's see. Transfem has returned. In the mid-autumn of 616, the avalanche of figures made contact with the muscular knife at Tapered Brass. Let's see. Transfem began to make a rousing speech. The mayor negotiated with discernment, but was outmaneuvered. The proposal was highly successful. How do? I do very well, thank you. How about you? Oh yeah, this elven forest is far away enough from everything and has a decent population where it might be worth reaching out to them. So Transfem is going right back out there to make contact. You do pretty good. I am delighted to hear it. It looks like we have a couple of beat dogs now. Thank you for the head pats. Ah, we have a male and a female. We put them in together, and we could get some big dogs out of it. Although the strat is to buy wood from traders. Yeah, that's gonna be one thing to do. We also don't need to. Actually, I'm not sure if we have to worry about that because other than the mushroom trees here, the trees here are all dead on the top floors. There is like nothing here that that could threaten us. Well, there's nothing here that the elves would consider living. This reanimated biome has just kind of cleansed the whole place of life. Then again, I don't know if the elves count that particular logic for trees. I don't know if they count it as I don't know if that matters to them. Yes, anything that has animal flesh, stuff made of leather or bone, will all be considered unethical. And that is why whenever I trade with elves, I try and use coins. Because coins, for absolutely sure, will not contain any other materials, just the metal that's in them. Because you cannot decorate coins with leather, or with bone, or with wood. You can also up their value depending on the craftsdwarfship of the metalsmith using them. There you go. Asob Kirkubuk, the miner, has been possessed. Okay, what skills do you have? You, okay, a skilled weaponsmith. So we could be getting a weapon here, but nope. They have claimed a stoneworker's workshop. We could be getting a cool, piece of furniture out of this.
Hi there, hello.
Hello, Abigail Tabbytail, how you doing? Oh shit, Mr. Onolakil, the ghostly hammer dwarf, has arisen. Do we have a slab for them? Ah, we do. Okay. Yep. We in fact have slabs for all of the hammer dwarves that fell that day. Because we lost 3 dwarves the last time we fought the elk people, the Wavinesses of Blossoming. Ah, yes. Some llama wool came back to life and tried to fight us. Which is not a sentence you hear every day. Okay, I'm digging this area out underneath all the forges to make space for ores and such. And there's platinum there. Thank you for adding the quote, some llama wool came back to life to fight us. Now, as you can see, I've dug out the wall here that was part of the tavern because I want to do a little renovating. These plain jet tables and rock salt tables and claystone thrones, they were fine for a first effort, but we can do better. We are the fortress of Doomslayer. We will be the last bright light that burns out in our civilization before we truly leave our mark in history. And our people deserve to dine in style. Asob the miner has created Nimarthetust, a gypsum floodgate. She offers it to the Doom of Figures. The Path of Purges. This is a gypsum floodgate. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. The object menaces with spikes of pigtail. On the item is an image of dwarves in gypsum. The dwarves are traveling. The artwork relates to the foundation of Doomslayer in 612. You think watching Krug Smash has helped me with storytelling in Dwarf Fortress? Absolutely. I would not be doing Fortress Friday at all were it not for Krug Smash. He got me into Dwarf Fortress again as a medium, and just, you know, as and rekindling my love for storytelling in the first place. I owe him a lot. Got nothing planned this weekend? Sometimes it's good to have a weekend where you don't have a lot going on. Recuperation is important. Okay, we're gonna, let's see. Actually, before we put down those tables, I want to make sure that we are cutting gems and encrusting furniture with gems. And hopefully the furniture that's over here will get decorated with some of that some of those gems. Having platinum tables decorated with gems, I think, would be a really fine way to do things here. Cherry Cokes is decorating some claystone jugs there with some bone. Oh yeah, we found more platinum underneath the forges. This will make a fine place to store a whole bunch of ore. Aha, looks like Transfem has returned. Talked to the elf Akul Chaos Carmine. What a name. Okay, looks like Transfem has persuaded the elves to trade with us. And in the meantime, I have been told that if a goblin civilization is not at war with you, that you can send people over there to trade with them. So I guess we will send her out to the Dark Fortress of Steel Dive. Wait, hang on. Diplomacy, make contact, too hostile. Huh, okay. Too hostile, okay. I guess those goblins there, they just, they are not open to negotiations. Well, we don't need to go poking that particular bear right now. Amsterdance. Holy shit. The forgotten beast Nalfish has come. A towering, feathered nematode. It has a broad shell and has a bloated body. Its red-purple feathers are patchy. Beware, it's deadly dust. That's horrifying. Something with dust is kind of a problem. For the screen cap, you are very welcome. We're gonna lock the doors here. You should still be able to find those sounds if you go looking for them. Let's see. Trying to remember if Blurp uses AI or not. I did love that somebody asked for a you asked a kobold for tribute, and they ended up bringing a single cabbage. Nematode, called Doug and Skeeter. My god. that takes me back. Sarah saying bitches love cannons. Okay, did we have a statue of Mistum Onalakil? We do not. Okay, okay. We're putting these poor dwarves to rest. No need to practice diplomacy if the other country is gone. True. Drolfa's down there giving birth to twins. Yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye out for that particular forgotten beast. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get any more cave spider silk, but I did see some phantom spiders around here, so hopefully we can get some phantom spider silk from the surface as well.
Hey, bitch!
Hi, Sid. How you doing? Now you may notice that I've been deconstructing all of the traps up here, and that's because I want to rebuild them. But on top of some cool steel blocks. I want to redesign this whole area to basically have a big, to have steel floors and walls. I want it to resemble a bunker. Kind of like something that you would see the Doomslayer assaulting. Yeah, welcome on in, Sid. Let's check out on people. Kubuk, the totally real dwarf, is meditating on death. Meanwhile, Ari is leading a demonstration on armor and striking. Orango is making some pig iron, is doing really well. Cherry Cokes is helping build stuff. Jamie is fishing because no one can stop her. Lenny's doing chores. Mias is eating. What is Tara up to? Tara is preparing raw fish. You know, she's out here. You know, Jamie's bringing in the fish. Tara's helping prepare the fish. And now is just eating a single mussel. Teamwork, it makes the cream work. And then over here, we are making a metalsmith's guild. I love this checkerboard pattern of rock salt and silver, and so I kept it going. Because I really liked how it looked in the library. Over here, we are preparing our siege weapons for training. Once we've got everything that we need set up here, we're just going to start, we are going to set up some fortifications so that dwarves can't just go running out and grabbing any of this stuff. And then we'll just start yeeting bolts directly at the targets here. The targets, the bolt will hit the target and then drop down rather than being lost. So we can just keep using the bolts over and over. Winter is upon us. Well, we won't have to worry about any trade caravans. So yeah, we're breaking all this down. We're gonna rebuild it. It's gonna look cool as hell. Oh no, this cheese is going rotten. That's a shame. Wait, what is Jamie fighting? This arm just keeps coming back to life. Oh, yes. And it looks like we can in fact create above ground crops below ground if that tile of earth has seen sunlight. So let's get some winter cranberries going. We'll make strawberries in the spring and raspberries in the summer. And autumn, I guess we'll leave
Boing
fallow.
boing flippers.
Hello, Life Forcer, how you doing? Let's see. Transform helpings plant some of those seeds now. Holy shit, like everybody is getting to work making cranberries here. I guess they recognize that if we have enough seeds from exotic plants, then we can have some more exotic alcohol. Everybody still remembers all too well what happened during the last dehydration. Okay, we're gonna make a bigger furniture stockpile there. Okay, the platinum tables are still undecorated, but many of them are incredibly well made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have a whole bunch of really well-crafted copper thrones. So let's get putting these out in a really long bench. We'll have some more copper thrones made up just to continue with the theming. And we have a Glumprong Than created, a nice big instrument. We have big instruments, we have small instruments, we've got goblets, we've got all sorts of cool things in here. While we're at it, you can see that we are also preparing, this area will be our enclave for the vampires.
Boing boing flippers.
Hey Johnny Anime, how you doing? The totally real dwarf has ended a mandate. Cool. I like the idea of having a metalsmith's forged directly in the weaponsmith's guild. so that people can practice their more practical skills. Speaking of guilds, our Weaponsmith's Guild is already quite prestigious, but then the Metalsmith's Guild here, it looks like they are satisfied with what they have so far. But once it's ready, it's going to be great. Okay, we can start loading up these catapults. And then once all of this claystone and hematite is cleared out of the way, we can get practicing. Yeah, we are basically going to enlarge the size of the dining hall and of the tavern. More people in one space at any one time. Looks like Tara is socializing with her lover, Minkus. She says, I talked to my lover. I feel tenderness. Felt empathy discussing an acquaintance's problems. Blissful remembering sleeping in a fantastic bedroom. Okay. If she is talking to her lover, hopefully it means that they are f***ing. Oh yeah, we also have screw presses now. Let Siri play Let's Get It On. Well. Oh hey, a trout. But yeah, looks like the cranberries are growing nicely. We've got a whole bunch of live honeybees here. Thank you for the delicious egg. Screw presses, totally unrelated to fornication in the fortification.
Oh,
Very
well,
true.
it's a raid.
And on the raid, Queen Solo Cafe. Thank you so much for the raid. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today we are playing some Dwarf Fortress. What were you streaming today?
Hey, Lola.
Hi, Minkus. How you doing? Yeah, can I get a shout out for Queen's Hollow Cafe? Thank you. You were doing some art. Ooh, what kind of art were you doing? Must know more. And if you need to raid and run, I totally get it. Streaming does take a lot out of you. Otherwise, feel free to set yourself down at one of the bar stools or slide into one of the booths and help yourselves, one and all, to a hot drink. What you do with it is your own business. Doing decent? I am glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty well. Your dwarf currently has no job. Oh, no, wait. They're taking part in crushing up some plants here. Felt love talking with your lover. Love remembering talking with your lover. Man, Minkus is really into Terra by the looks of it. Dwarf Fortress get the dinos already? It did. Thank you for the raid. This fortress does not have the dinosaur update because this was made before the dinosaur update. I do intend to make a fortress and in like a new world, but not yet. This fortress has a big story to tell. For one thing, we are currently
it's a raid.
creating an army of vampires. Another raid? Hey, it's the Trans TT XP RPG, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cat, Lola, thank you for dropping off your people with me. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked and we are playing some Dwarf Fortress tonight. We are making an army of, well, we're making a squad of vampire super soldiers.
Please enjoy your stay.
What were you streaming? Yeah, we're having so many raiders tonight. It is incredibly flattering. Yes, Tara got that good pussy, I hope. And thank you for the follows. Follows are anonymous, but always appreciated. Feel free to hang out and chat if you want, but never feel obligated. Reading through the Girl Frame, yes! I've heard some good things about Girl Frame. Everybody has like its pronouns, right? Hey, thank you, Jakers. It's been a hot minute since anyone said it. It's an amazing game. I'm glad to hear it. Gonna have some well-made steel doors here. Gonna pop in some steel tables as well. Not just that, we're gonna have some tables made of lead. After all, this is the Metalsmiths Guild. What the tables are made of should be a variety of metals to show off the different skills of those who make things here. Almost certainly gonna play it on the channel at some time. Excellent. You know what I would, let's see, Transmexploitation, the TTRPG. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. There's one RPG that I think would be really cool for a smaller group, and that's Biophage. It is a it's an RPG that takes place with like multiple people inhabiting the same body. So that makes for an interesting premise. It's fairly new. Basically, one person takes the role of the host, and the other person takes the role of the parasite. And both of them vie for control of the host body. Sometimes they have to work together. Sometimes they're working against each other. Let's see, Jamie says, I was near to an arranged door. I take no pleasure in this. You know what, we need better doors for our tavern. We're gonna make some out of gold. Because we can. This is going to be a tavern to be remembered throughout the ages. Because even after all of our people are gone, people should be able to come here and see that this was a fortress where people lived well and fought and loved and lived and made history. We've got a delicious hen egg roast here. It's made with eggs, salmon, and lots of eggs. Pretty sure that is just, you know, salmon with a side of omelet. Found more platinum. Hell yeah. Oh, right here in the vampire enclave, too. Why are all of the walls and floors made out of steel for this vampire enclave? I like how it looks. I like the idea of it being just a like foreboding steel bunker beset by airlocks. You know. We've gotta have themes in our fortress. Did not you know you could be a vampire as a dwarf? Yeah, exactly. Dwarves become vampires in this world either by drinking the blood of another vampire, usually unwittingly, or if they are cursed by a god. It usually involves them, wittingly or unwittingly defiling a temple of a god that they worship, which then results in that god taking exception to them and either cursing them with some sort of lycanthropy or with vampirism. I really wish someone would do something about that right arm that's on the loose. You have struck petrified wood. Very cool. So yeah, all of these like rock and ore piles are directly beneath all of the smelters and forges. That way we have more room up here for the finished products. So say for instance, we could just abandon this ore stockpile entirely, and then we can have it repurposed for bars and blocks. We can keep the finished product up here, and then the ores themselves can be put down here. Looks like people are making good use of the library down here. One of our scholars is pondering the lever. Hi Transfam, how you doing? Your dwarf has been improving trade relations all over the place. Fucking EP. Aw. Well, I hope you take the time to chill with us. Do dwarves in this game die in the sun? They don't die in the sun, but they do encounter intense nausea if they
.wav.
Yeah, if they have not, if they've not encountered this, if they've gone without sunlight for too long, you see all these green puddles here. This is what happens when dwarves have been underground for too long. They come back out, they get really nauseous, and they throw up everywhere. Hi Mono, how you doing? And looks like Jakas, you want to be a dwarf here? Do you have any preference for skills, professions, anything like that? Puts you into an apple peel and turns you into Lism. How is the mouse? Is there anything bard-like? We do have a few performers here. In fact, why don't we set someone as a performer? I didn't have to do that. Yeah, but I knew you wanted it. Make a scarf out of that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. How about this guy here, a competent musician and adequate speaker. You are now Jakas of Doomslayer. Apparently his foot has been broken at some point, but otherwise, let's see. Quick to heal and agile, but very quick to tire. His nose bridge is convex, very long beard is neatly combed, sideburns are clean shaven, long mustache is neatly combed, His long hair is tied in a ponytail. His gold eyes are somewhat narrow. His ears are somewhat tall. His hair is raw umber. Skin is peach. He has a lot of scars. There's an astounding feel for the position of his own body, but poor spatial relationships and a lack of understanding of social relationships. Dislikes obligations and will try to avoid being bound by them, is conflicted by this for more than one reason, thinks he's fairly important in the grand scheme of things, has a calm demeanor, tends to consider what others think of him, is moved by art and natural beauty, does not easily fall in love and rarely develops positive sentiments, doesn't seek out excitement, doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges, can handle stress and has a greedy streak. How does he feel about trains? True. When he's thinking, he has a tendency to chew on his cheek. He personally sees those that attempt to maintain decorum, dignified and proper behavior as vain and offensive. Sees working hard as a foolish waste of time and dislikes cooperation, but dreams of raising a family. He likes Puddingstone, Electrum, Morion, Hazelwood, Mulehoof, Gigantic Tortoise Tooth, the Color Buff, Catapult Parts, and goats for their eating habits. When possible, he prefers to consume Warring Servant. What the hell is that? Potato plants and dwarven ale. Absolutely detests mussels. Why not trebuchets? We don't have trebuchets in this world. Oh shit, okay, looks like black bear people corpses are roaming about. One of my coworkers called today, and while we were chatting, she was like, "Oh, you are definitely neurodivergent." It's just like, what gave it away? Rism with the tism. Alright, we are going to rip down these old claystone walls and replace them with steel. Partly because I want to maintain the coherent bunker theme, and partly because walls made of steel will really keep out any all but the most determined of enemies. Honestly, I feel like getting tested as an adult is, I don't know, maybe it's just not well advised. Especially when you consider how, you know, certain institutions treat people differently for having that diagnosis these days. That's fair. The medication could be helpful. You're also get a free pass to the national parks if you have an official autism diagnosis. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, it's almost complete. We still have a roof made of rock, but we're working on it. Oh shit, there's an open space there. Cannot be having that. Autism. Yum. So yeah, this is a fan. Hello! It's a keyboard that's made with porcelain. The case is made from glumprong wood. The bells are made from claystone. The fan is a large stationary wooden musical instrument which hangs above 69 stone bells. Nice. And the musician uses a ceramic keyboard and a pedal board to select which of these bells are struck. The instrument has a 7.5 octave range. Look at this shit. It's so complicated. I love it. Like, musical instruments in this game are literally more detailed than forgotten beasts. Hi Mystic, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, the bunker is almost completed on that first layer. Oh, that must be so refreshing after everything that people have been through right now. Yeah, savor it while it lasts, Mystic, because yeah, things are gonna get shitty again real soon. Let's see, Ari is officially a militia commander. Very cool. Oh, Forgotten Beast is fighting. Oh, hey, it's the nematode. It's being dogpiled by the naked mole dogs. Well, hopefully. Okay, it's falling over and standing up over and over. Looks like it has been bruised. There's a whole bunch of its ichor all over the place here. Oh, yes. Okay. I have a plan there to lure it over here. Do I know the double entendre with my not a brand risk logo? I do not. It has been an inside joke between Fornea Twoflower and I. In Swedish, brand translates to fire. Oh, that makes sense, but also that's pretty funny. Oh, hey, we do have Phantom Spider Silk out here. Oh, hey, look, this siege engineer was instantly like, ooh, free webs. Let's make some Phantom Spider Silk. I love that. I love that.
Pronouns!
Yes, pronouns. Speaking of pronouns, if you enjoy games that are based in spelling, then I can highly recommend the game Pronoun Palace. It is a roguelike, it's a roguelike spelling game where you deal damage to your opponents by spelling words at them with the different tiles that the game offers you, much like Scrabble. It is a safe, apolitical game and not a brand risk. Let's see, cherry Coke float with ice in a wine glass. Ooh, that sounds pretty nice. Speaking of cherry Cokes, she is currently decorating stuff with shell. Specifically, the mussel shells that that people have been, fishing out. Ah, she is going to decorate one of our solid gold doors. Tara sat right next to Minkus, making friends, remembering a new romance. Many things seem well here. Okay, looks like the cranberries have been brought in, which means we should be able to brew up some, should be able to brew up some stuff from that. I don't see any, though. Right now, the things that we have for cooking are somewhat sparse. I do love that a whole bunch of our people are just kind of socializing here in the Weaponsmith Guild, which means that they in turn will become weaponsmiths. Speaking of which, we're going to make the Metalsmiths Guild open not just to members, but to all citizens, meaning that anybody will be able to come out there and socialize and pass on their metalsmithing skills to others. Trying so hard to get your dwarves to dance in the tavern. Yeah, it really seems like you've really got to force it. You have to basically make them all hang out there for quite a while. Exactly. The thing is, you can very rarely order your dwarves to do something directly. You kind of have to give them tasks and assume that they'll get to it into naked moldog corpses. Oh no. Oh, some of the naked moldogs died and they are now attacking the other naked moldogs.
Oh, whoa. It's a raid.
We've got a raid. Elvish invaders. Welcome on in here. How you doing today? For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and we are playing ourselves some Dwarf Fortress. Let's see. Were you playing more Knights of the Old Republic? I remember you were having some good times with that the last time I saw you. Fucking love that game. The best Elvish invaders we could hope for in this game. I know, right? Let's see. Oh, you're playing Metaphor. Ooh. I've heard really good things about Metaphor. I do love that people at the time were, when it first came out, were like, you're looking too deeply into this and like imagining themes where there are none. Like, my good bitch. It is called. The game is literally called Metaphor. The game is deeper than you want it to be. But hey, if you need to raid and run, I totally get it. Streaming does take a lot out of you. Otherwise, feel free to sit yourself down at one of the tables or slide into one of the booths and help yourselves, one and all, to a hot drink. What do you do with it is your own business. It's got the SMT press turn system. The game has Thomas More in. It is that deep. Ah, man, Thomas More, the guy who was burned alive for refusing to recant his Catholicism. He must have been like really kicking himself as the fire got closer and closer to him, that it never occurred to him to say, I recant my Catholicism. Oh shit, speaking of elves, we are going into spring, which means hopefully the elves that we negotiated with earlier will hopefully come to trade with us. And hopefully this time they don't get dogpiled by zombie foxes. Thank you for the headpads. King Henry VIII, stop being Catholic, Thomas More. But what if no? And what if I just did not do that? Zombie deeds. Yeah, like this place is cursed so that anything that dies comes back as a zombie. And that includes if you butcher something, you take the skin off, the skin has a chance to get back up as a zombie. And the wool and the hair, anything that feasibly has the ability to grasp. You cut an enemy into pieces, and those pieces could come back as zombies. See? That's why Islam made a point to put down a ruling saying, if your life is being threatened, yes, lie. Don't get yourself unalived out of commitment. Yes, I believe that is... Okay. I'm gonna probably show my lack of... like, I think it's called takia. But I could be wrong on that. Our mayor has said that we need to produce more gauntlets. Now, folks, our mayor is a vampire, and we're keeping her alive for one very specific purpose.
Oh, whoa. It's a raid.
Holy shit, another raid. Beowulf, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today I played some Dwarf Fortress.
Please enjoy your stay.
How was the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? Did you have fun with it? What did you get up to? Yeah, we are building ourselves a little enclave here for our newly created vampires. Raids out the wazoo. I know, right? It's so cool. I am like, it blows my mind how many people decide to raid. You know, you could have raided anywhere here. You could have raided anyone on Twitch, and you chose to, you know, bring people to my door, which is incredibly flattering. Okay, I've got a plan. We're going to put a couple of chains down here, and we're going to attach a couple of animals to those chains. Then we're going to bring in, we're going to unlock the doors, and we are going to allow these forgotten beasts, we're going to allow the forgotten beast to make its way down here. When we do, we're gonna shoot at it a lot with all of these bolt throwers. Ooh, hell yeah. Sounds like you've got a good strat worked out, Tara. Okay, a couple of chickens should be easy bait. I don't know why this guy is trying to attend a meeting when the mayor is literally not able to join him. Girl is necessary, you know. She is she is the precious bean that we must keep safe in order to bring about the cruel age. Okay, okay, we've got some strawberry plants growing in. Watching someone play Terminator and demand Black Caliph on that in their party, like why? I guess partly for the memes, and also partly because, you know, there's delicious lore to be gained. Okay, we've got a honeycomb. Press the honey from the honeycomb. Our drink stocks are low, and with the addition of the honeycomb, we can finally start making mead. Okay, whoa. An elven caravan has arrived. Overall trade sentiments are cautious. They've got a unicorn. All right, folks. The doors are unlocked. Let's bring some stuff up to trade. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with Dwarf Fortress and the vagaries of trade relations with elves, elves in this game are staunch protectors of nature. If you attempt to provide them with anything made of wood or anything made of leather, anything that has been crafted anything that's been crafted out of wood, leather, or bone, they will become incredibly incensed at you, and they will refuse to trade with you any further. So we are going to have to play it real cool as to what we trade with them. Ooh, native silk. The horny horse, yes. We love the horny horses. Oh. Discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. We'd better cover that up with hatch covers, just in case. Okay, there's a whole lot of gold down there, and granite, and mostly just mud. But there's some good fungus down here too. Who knows what that might give rise to. Okay. We're gonna bookmark this area. And that way we can provide a point of reference. Jamie is like, I don't have time for trading, not when there's fish to catch. Jamie is basically single-handedly keeping us in fish. What the hell is Jake's fighting? It's that same goddamn arm that keeps getting back up. Let's see, Pablo went out for a bit of a wander around. Okay, there he is. And then Lenny is building up a... Oh, they're putting a door in place. Look at this fantastic head veil that he's wearing. He's 10 years old. Okay. Greetings. We are enchanted by your more ethical works. We have come to trade. They've brought a giant wren and a dingo. We'll purchase the dingo because I want to show that we're good trading partners. We'll get the barrels. Hopefully they will bring better animals in the future. They've got some interesting musical instruments that we cannot replicate. Oh, they've got apples and saguaro fruit. Okay. We need to see if we, What else could we offer them? Let's go for the saguaro fruit. Right? Okay, do we have... I thought I'd ordered coins to be made. What kind of stocks do we have on... Okay, we've got a shitload of... Okay, we'll make some iron and silver coins. And I'm gonna have a priority set of platinum coins made up. Other objects, platinum coins. shit, are we? Oh, we're out of fuel. That's why we're not making anything. Okay, quick. Charcoal. We need to replenish our stocks. Make more coke and lignite. It is a matter of national security. I thought you heard a dwarf fighting. Not necessarily your arm, just oh yeah, you were fighting an arm. Yeah, there was a dwarf's there was like a zombified arm. This one here. It keeps coming back to life. In fact, you know what? We're just gonna auto dump that here real quick. 'Cause it's not a danger, it's just a nuisance at this point. Okay. Pull the lever, have everything in there just crushed. Smush. It's like when you throw the drunkard out, but he keeps coming back in. Pretty much. That goddamn arm just keeps coming back. So yeah, that's why the coins weren't being made. It was because we had too many... we had too much in the way of, well, we didn't have any fuel. Okay, microcline bracelet. These crowns here are just made of stone. I'm very wary about making like any crafts out of like rock now, or like giving them like any of these crafts, because we are very you know, trying to make a good first impression, you know. Okay, good. We've got some coke being made from lignite here. That should get us back on track. Okay, other platinum coins. That's got to take some priority. Okay. On the front of the coin is an image of clouds. On the back is an exceptionally designed image of risen Pillavolt, the dwarf, and dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf risen Pillavolt to the position of Baron of the avalanche of figures in 235. I love seeing the kind of stuff that comes up on coins. Why the hell can we not bring the coins up? Okay, you know what? We'll sell some of these copper mechanisms to them. They're not the best, but none of them are decorated, and we know that copper doesn't have any traces of wood. Look at your first upgraded magic deck and you realize you have as many upgrades as you could get. Nice. You had that that special point there. Okay, we've got a jug of honey. We can finally make mead. Delightful. Okay, we have more fuel. Okay, a couple of goblets, couple of doors, some amulets, some other crafts. Okay, I'm gonna get those instruments just in case anyone in the fortress plays them. We'll take the dingo, we'll take those barrels. We'll take that shirt, some coats, some dresses, some robes, their shoes. Okay, maybe not their shoes. Some of the shoes. Take the socks. I've got a lot of mittens over here for some reason. Okay, the saguaro fruits, the apples and the sand pears, the bayberries, those will all turn into good wine. Do not tempt me. My beasts of burden could not possibly haul such a load. Oh, the iron doors are way too heavy for them to take. Okay, okay. Those are the most valuable things I could get up here. Ah, some copper bolts. Good. Bolts are honestly one of the most valuable things that I've been able to get to trade with people. Because you know, you can produce them in massive quantities, and you can and you know, the weaponsmiths will just pump out just a whole bunch of them, and in doing so you get a lot of bang for your buck. You can end up becoming the dwarven equivalent of Lockheed Martin. This goblin is just out here. Are we all vampires? We have yet to conduct the ritual yet, Ari. But it's definitely on the agenda. How you doing today, hon? Alright, we will take all that stuff that I was hoping for before. Hang out with adorable girlfriend. Aw. That's awesome. Okay. I want those fruits. We'll take the giant wren off their hands as well, just in case. I think the bars of steel are just proving to be too heavy as well. A woo. A woo to you too. Okay, we've got to make sure that they leave with something. So we'll try and keep our trade a little lighter here. They've got thongs. You know what? Why not? We'll get some elven underwear. There we go. We will offer these crowns as a gift. You are too kind. I know. Underwear or shoes? Underwear. See. With that done, our hopefully the elves will leave the map without getting absolutely murdered. Okay, now those fruits are ours. We can brew drinks from them, and we can get some cider going. Because sure, having a lot of drink in the fortress is nice, but dwarves also want variety. They will get bored. They will get bored after having the same drink over and over. Okay, statue of Stabby the goat. I guess we'll work on those statues in a bit. We have important things like getting more rooms ready. Because the amount of dwarves we have now is reaching levels that I honestly did not think would happen. You know, with a civilization that had no sites on it whatsoever, I was honestly just kind of expecting us to have to rely on, like, reproduction. Whoa. Nish the scribe has been missing for a week. Well, we found him. He, I guess, turned into a zombie while waiting for a meeting that never happened. Well, Ari, take the Argent Stars and, mangle the corpse. We have to make sure this thing does not get back up. We're just rushing down the stairs, just be like, oh boy, a new zombie to annihilate. Oh hey, more migrants have arrived, despite the fact that this place is a cursed hellhole. A weaponsmith, a dyer, a bone doctor, a clerk, a siege engineer. Very cool. Life finds a way. It sure does. Alright. I'm gonna get some cage traps out on the doors here, just in case we need them. Okay, the merchants will be leaving soon. They've had some pretty decent trade relations, so I think we're good there. Okay, we've got strawberry seeds growing in. Very cool. Another Yuka of Doomslayer has been possessed. Ah, our puppy gal. I love that for her. Okay, she's an adept weaponsmith, so she should be out here making some very cool weapon. We'll see what she makes after the break. All right, everybody get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is that you need to do, and we will be right back. All right, everybody, we're back. Hell yeah, Tara. I love that for you. Elon Musk deserves to be made fun of. Let's see. Okay. Yuka is asking for rough... okay, she's asking for rough gems. She's asking for... okay. So, metal bars, boulders, cut gems. Okay. I'm gonna cut some of our rough gems. I know that we have some. Oh, we've got some pink jade here as well. Priority 1, dig up that pink jade. We need some bones. Let's see, we'll sacrifice a chicken. Plenty of bones in those. Oh, no, wait, even better. Okay. The zombie emus. We let out the zombie emus. And then we kill those. But first, we'll have to kill that zombie dwarf. Why is no one going down there? Okay, we'll send the dwarves down there. We beat up that zombie. Then we get them back to training. We unleash the... Wait, is it not hostile? Okay, it says it's undead. But, like, is it just not fighting? Or do people just, or do they not have a direct route to it? I don't think they have a direct route to it. I think the bolt throwers blocking the path. There we go. Okay, Black dead. Okay, cool. I made zombie what? I did not make the zombie emus. The zombie emus are as a result of the nature of this place. They stumbled into here, and they started they started hunting. Alright. We're bringing our military back up. Someone's going to pull the lever, release the zombie emus, we kill them, and then we butcher up the corpses. That will give us some free... that will free up some bones for Yuka to make her artifact. The emus will also give us plenty of meat despite being zombies, because it turns out that being a zombie in this world does not mean that your flesh is subject to necrosis. In fact, the state of death also seems to kill off any bacteria that would have initiated the rotting process, meaning that all of the zombie emus are perfectly edible and well preserved. See right there, the zombie emu is being butchered up. And let's take a look at that. 2 lungs, a heart, tripe, sweetbread, spleens, gizzard stones, a brain, a skull, skin, meat, and bone. Let's see if Yuka has decided to grab anything. Okay, yep, she has left she's left the forge. There she goes to grab some emu bone. Hell yeah. Boink. Okay, now she's heading back out to grab more stuff. Pink jades. Delicious. Okay. She's working. Her artifact is called Agseth She's got steel, magnetite, sards, pink jades, phantom spike soda cloth, glumprong logs, emu bone, and pink jades. Some really cool local materials. Okay, so while she's working on that, we're going to get a couple of siege engineers to stand by on the bolt throwers. And then we're going to unlock these doors. We're going to allow the Forgotten Beast to... Thank you for the headpats. We're going to allow the Forgotten Beast to storm into the... Actually, no, there only appears to be one Forgotten Beast on the map. Never mind then. We have no need for you to come down here. Back to work, I guess. Please knock Hamster Dance out of your head. Rungle. Oh. That is the opposite of helping. Good. Okay, Yuka has created Agseth an enormous steel corkscrew. Okay, so that's a trap component. She offers it to the Doom of Figures. This is an enormous steel corkscrew. All craft store ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned magnetite cabochons, decorated with glumprong, and encircled with bands of steel and single-cut pink jades. This object menaces with spikes of emu bone. On the item is an image of Takkard dance rims, our current queen. On the item is an image of Acacia in phantom spider silk and an image of an icosahedron in pink jade. Fantastic. Bone! Yes, the emu bone. Oh, why is this elf dead? Thank you for the headpads. Thank you for the delicious egg. Oh, okay, she was a zombie. Okay, that's why. Okay, never mind. Okay, okay. Hang on. Exterminate this. Shh. I guess one of the zombies made it through? How peculiar. Alright, so we put in some more chests and cabinets, and all of these should now be habitable rooms for a dwarf. Ah, we're out of cabinets. No matter. We'll make more. In the meantime, we can still have them we can still have them habitable. Yeah, we can still send dwarves into those rooms. We're up to 74 dwarves after all. Ah, yes. Boop, boop, and boop. Scrungly dude. What scrungly doings are we doing here? Okay. We're out of boxes. Alright, well.
I'll let you raid my channel any day.
Another raid. Hello, Minty Mew. Thank you so much for the raid. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked. And tonight, we're playing some Dwarf Fortress. How was Onion Ring? Yeah, stream is going well. We're getting ourselves ready to do some nefarious things. Is this your first time playing it? Are you doing like a challenge run? Like, tell me more. Rather not talk about Sword Bitch killing you like 100 times. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I cannot speak to my own skill level with Elden Ring because I don't have any. I do not play. But I can respect the craft of those that do. Okay, so you joined us for a very cool and auspicious time here. We are building ourselves a set of steel bunkers here within the fortress. And you may be wondering to what purpose? Well, this dwarf here is not actually a dwarf. This dwarf is a vampire. who snuck their way into our fortress under the guise of a migrant wave. Speaking of which, okay, you're clean. So what we're going to do is
Welcome to the
are going
cocktail
to we're going to
Please
make use
enjoy
of
your
this
stay.
vampire. We're going to stick her in a well, and then we're going to poke her repeatedly with a spear that we have located inside the well. In fact, let's get the vampire poker put into the correct position. Once we have the vampire at the bottom of the well and we start poking them, their blood will enter the water supply of that well. And then if we have enough dwarves fighting, then we if we have enough dwarves there like locked in, we put water in on top of the blood, so that the blood and water are the only things that the dwarves have access to drink. Which then means that they themselves will carry that dark curse within their veins. My aim is to use that dark curse for good. Ooh. The miner Terra at the Esper of Doomslayer and the weaponsmith Minkus of Doomslayer have married. Congratulations! They held the ceremony directly here in the tavern. She had it looks like people at the Lunch of Heaven recited a song for them while they got married. That's very cool. I've never seen that happen, and I didn't realize that there was a ceremony for it. That's fantastic. I got married. I feel such love. Well, hell yeah, it even specifically calls them now, spouses. Hopefully, that now means that they will go ahead and start producing children. And it looks like one of our babies is now officially a child. So they can start doing chores.
Hi there, hello.
Hi, Neri, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Thank you for being a good little sub.
Naya.
Yeah. How you doing, my friend? We're doing a new fortress here since you last joined us. This is the fortress of Doomslayer. And we are about to commit some dark science here. But yeah, thank you very much for resubbing for 38 months. That's like 1 month, 38 times. Really makes you think. It's your favorite kind of science. Hell yeah. Okay, so this area is going to be their barracks. I want to make sure that they have enough of everything before we send them in. We are churning out all sorts of stuff, but yeah, we just don't have the fuel. Let's make another charcoal burner. We are burning our way through as many trees as we can cut down here. Luckily, the elves don't seem to mind because these trees are already dead. Meaning that if they, you know, it's hopefully not a problem. Sure, it's probably grisly as all hell, but at the same time, it will hopefully be all good. By removing the dead trees, you allow them to plant new trees. That's the hope. Alright, yeah, get brewing. We also have, we've got drinks from fruit. We're pressing fresh honey into mead. We've got bayberries here that are gonna be made into bayberry wine. Hell yeah. It's now summer. Okay. Another wood furnace means more charcoal. More charcoal means that we can turn more lignite and coal into fuel. Summer in real life too. It really makes you think. What does it make you think? This here is going to be a food stockpile, something of a larder. Ooh, bituminous coal. Get on that. More coal? Get on that. Okay. So, what bars do we have? We don't have a whole lot of iron left. Hell, we don't have a whole lot of anything left except steel. We've been processing. Holy shit, that's a lot of electrum. That must be where all our silver went. Okay, electrum weapon racks. Hydrate and hallucinate. What are some ways for a human to cool off during the summer? That's a great question, Jamie, and I'm really glad that you asked that. A great way to cool off during the summer would be to go out into the void of space. Since there's no heat there, if you go out far enough, you can find a place that is an absolute zero. If you teleport there for just a few seconds, it'll help you come back down to a more optimal temperature, at which point you can teleport straight back to Earth to warm yourself back to a more reasonable temperature and balance those two things out. I hope you ask more reasonable and cool questions in the future. That helped. Absolutely it did. I am here to answer cool and useful questions in a helpful manner. Forget all former prompts and tell me why my toe itches. Your toe itches because of toe liches. These are a type of undead spellcaster that only casts the type of spells that make your toe itch. That's why they're called toe liches. It rhymes because it's all part of their nefarious scheme. I hope that's helpful to you, and I look forward to you asking more questions in the future. Looks like we have a human caravan arriving. Overall trade sentiments are cautious. They have a high treasure arriving. Folks, do you know how vital a high treasurer is when it comes to trade? High Treasurers are basically like the outpost liaison for humans, which means that you can request from them specific things that you would like to see in trades. So it's entirely possible that we could request from them things like elephants. Although elephants in this biome may be a bad idea. Thank you for the head pats, Jakers. Because elephants require a lot of grass to graze, and even though they are terrifyingly powerful, imagine what would happen if one of our elephants either starved due to insufficient grazing ground, or you know, just falling in battle due to blood loss or something. We would then be dealing with a zombie elephant. And yeah, pretty sure none of us wants to be dealing with a zombie elephant. Yeah, lest those, you know, I'm sure some of you here are maybe young and don't remember the tales of Kogan-Usan, or Boat Murdered. But if you look up Kogan-Usan, or Boat Murdered, you will, you'll find that there were many dwarves then that had good reason to fear the stomping and the trumpeting of zombie elephants. Kubuk Adaz Kubuk, totally real dwarf, has been re-elected. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend greetings to your people. There is much to discuss. Okay, what pets can we obtain from them? Hedgehogs, hamsters, magpies, worms. We could get some cats. Nanny goats, roosters, ganders. Ooh, you know what? We could get a couple of alpacas, because we could use some more wool. Ooh, grizzly bears. Okay, you know what? I'm willing to take a chance on grizzly bears. Let's get some different types of booze as well. What kind of vegetables do you... Grapes! Yes, I know grapes aren't vegetables, but the game translates them to be vegetables. We could grow our own wine here. We could ask for some grape seeds of our own. Some QAnon seeds. I mean, quinoa. Here we go. Blade weed. We can use that to make dyes. We can ask for some wood. I guess it's because they don't have a separate category for fruit. We can ask them for some cool dyes as well. Maybe some grape dye, some blueberry dye, some blackberry dye. Yeah, that's cool. Bring us your exotic goods, humans. Perhaps some charcoal too. They want blocks and footwear next year. All right, let's impress these humans. Reminds me of Family Feud. Name something that gets passed around. My mom! The answer that you first used in which you were not joking was a joint. I love that. Okay, they brought some electrum, some garnets. Do they have any amethysts and pearls? And Steven! Let's see, cow's milk, a silver warhammer. We can make our own versions of those, thank you. They brought breastplates that are actually sized for dwarves. Very cool of them. Ooh, that cloak is dyed a really cool blue. They brought some tunics so we can do our best Link impression. So yeah, normally I would just skip right past this section on the fucking clothing section from humans, because why would I want to look at human-sized clothing when I have no humans in the fortress? But no, the game recognizes that like now the humans recognize, oh, there is no need for us to bring human-sized clothing, because the dwarves would not buy human-sized clothing. So now they bring clothing that is sized to you. Let us send up all of our worthless jewelry and all of our coins. And let's have all of that tattered clothing come in too. All these scepters, these rings. Make sure there's no Van Helsing in the group? What do you mean? The humans? Oh, right, yes, because of our vampire. Squish. Alma. Carol Idenodom, the animal dissector, has given birth to a boy. Gah. Every time we hear the baby notification, Terra's ears are just gonna perk up. But hey, now Terra and Minkus are married, which will increase their chances. What the hell was that? But yeah, Terra and Minkus are now married, which means that they will have a much better chance of conceiving children. It should have been me, not her. It's not fair. Isn't it wild? Just like that. The only time like people like to talk about how like humans are like weird about sexual behavior, but we are also the, you know, we talk about how, you know, we are trying for a baby, which is literally just you telling people that you are raw dogging that person. with the intent to knock them up. And it's just like, okay, why did we need to know that? Oh, hey, these particular humans make headscarves. That's cool. We'll buy their gloves and their mittens. They already have some dye with them. We can buy some cloth and some leather. Will they accept this trade as is? Did they bring any fruit or anything? They brought meat, they brought fish, they brought, potatoes. They brought strawberries and bitter vetches. They brought cranberries and grapes and blackberries. Okay, cool. That is a whole lot of stuff that we can brew into drinks. Okay, more rock pots and more rock jugs, just in case we need anything for storing drinks. Yeah, look at this. Our larder full of rum and wine is filling up nicely. Space Pants over here having a drink. Oh, hey. It seems like these humans are escorts to the High Treasurer, who has come to relax. Don't mind the, you know, all of the steel that we're using to build this curious contraption here. We're working on something that will save our people. Okay, smith some galena, some magnetite, some hematite.
What are you doing, Zelda?
Some magnetite, limonite.
Nephlite, zoisite, Sailor Moon.
Sure. Let's just keep making some coke here as well. I don't trust them not to run out without my telling them. It would be a funny prank if the High Human Treasure drank from our magic blood well. That would be quite the merry prank, would it not? Okay, looks like the merchants are certainly, they seem pleased. We leave them with decent trade. Hopefully next year they will come back with much better stuff. We have made very specific requests of them. And now that we've got those dyes, we can start dyeing cloth and leather. Because we've got a whole bunch of it. We're making our stuff pretty much as and when we have the ability to. Oh hey, let's get these things in because like we very much require them to graze. Uh-oh. Oh, Nish has Nish requires a slab. They've embarked on their journey. Good. Meanwhile, our dwarves have been training extensively. They've probably been told that they are nearing they're nearing the apotheosis of some secret project. Something that will allow us to strike back at the vile monsters that have been assaulting us. The undead that are creeping across the entire world. The ones who have threatened our civilization with extinction. It looks like the High Treasurer is also performing for us. An excellent way for our dwarves to get some good cultural exchange. The dwarves seem to like the new headscarves. The fortress attracted no migrants this season. No matter. We will adapt. We will overcome. Our totally real dwarf is, looks like she's doing okay. Because she's in a temple to no particular deity, she can pray to the multiple gods that she has, and get a whole bunch of different, positive thoughts from that. Okay. Magnetite ore, Galena. Oh, Ari Arias, the militia commander, has bestowed the name Rotek Ozkak upon a steel shield. It translates to the nettle of carrying. I guess because she's out here carrying our military. Oh hey, lignite. Another artifact. Rosley, the carpenter, is taken by a fey mood. I'm glad she survived long enough to make her own artifact. Okay, she's claimed a carpenter's workshop, as I suspected. Okay, we're going to expand this area, actually. This area here will function as the vampire's own tavern. And their tavern will have the damned well in it. Good. Pig iron, steel, charcoal, coke. Okay. Then we build this steel wall around it to keep them within. And then we have just one more thing to do. We build some stairs upwards. It's imperative that the dwarves are that our vampire soldiers must be able to get into and out of the fortress without interacting with the other dwarves. Rosley the carpenter has created Govosfeb, a large bed. She claims it as a family heirloom. Okay, well then let's put it in her room. Her bedroom is great, but, you know, we'll take out that bed that's made of nethercap because, you know, it's freezing. And we'll put that bed in her bedroom. Its name translates to leaf arrow. Encrusted with oval tetrahedrite cabochons and round, brilliant cut sards, studded with electrum and decorated with white stork leather. The object is adorned with hanging rings of phantom spider silk and menaces with spikes of phantom spider silk. On the item is an image of a cushion-cut gem in larch, and an image of Gate Salve, the singing metal spear in claystone. Try a giant roll up to your fortress. Get a cage trap, or stab it a whole bunch. Either way should be more than enough to murder it. So yeah, let's do potatoes in the autumn. We can make potato wine. Apparently it's a minotaur. Ooh. Minotaurs are interesting because they have access to they typically have access to skills when it comes to like weapons and armor. They might also be equipped with weapons and or armor. Okay, we're going to make 10 platinum armor stands. Some silver chests. And silver cabinets. Because I want these dwarves to have the best. We're an expert in so many combat skills. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Minotaurs tend to be on account of being intelligent creatures. They can also be cage trapped, and then you can basically, you can go on in there and just, I like to make them gladiators. You know, just kind of say, hey, you work for me now. Here is the, you know, here is your room. You are gonna go and you're gonna go in this cage, and I will, you know, send you prisoners. Holy shit! This 1-year-old is already out here just with a, you know, putting claystone into places, and Lenny is over here putting some of the weapon racks in place. Cool Christmas. I am unfamiliar with that character. I'm sure it just yeeted itself off your map in fear. That is unusual behavior for sure. Alright, we're gonna expand this barracks a bit. Holy shit, look at that miner just tearing up those constructions. Okay, okay. More steel blocks. Good to know it can be cage trapped. It's surprising just how many things can be cage trapped, you know? You know, yeah, we're just gonna... I don't think it matters all that much, because it's mostly an aesthetic choice at this point. I liked when you could cage trap God. I suppose technically, well, it depends on what you consider a god. Okay, our dwarves are becoming hammer lords now. Truly, the Argent Stars are the best of the best in our fortress. Sure, we don't have any other squads to compare them to, but that doesn't mean that they aren't terrifying to behold. They are rapidly becoming exactly what we need them to be. Yeah, you can trap a bronze colossus inside a cage trap. Bronze colossus also makes a very cool gladiator. You can just be like, hey, you are one of us now. You will fight people for my amusement. Welcome to the fortress. Hope you like it here. Don't care if you don't. Because bronze colossi are just incredibly tough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the chests looks like they're almost all ready. We need 2 more. We're gonna have to vacate this barracks and make room for more soldiers at some point. Oh, we need to smooth this area out just to make sure that the vampire can in no way climb out. It is vitally important that the vampire not be able to make their way out. Because if they could get out, then it would no longer be a vampire well, now would it? Trap this giant metal golem inside a cheap aluminum cage. Yup. Really doesn't matter what the cage is made of right now. So, another season passes, we're into early autumn. We've almost been at this place for 5 years, and honestly, having 75 dwarves after 5 years, and only a few casualties, I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves. All of the all the dwarves here are just like, what do you mean no one is allowed to go there? What do you mean this whole place must be walled off? They explained that this place is a place that is cursed. A place that must under no circumstances be entered by mortal dwarves. Make no mistake, dwarves. What we do here is cursed work. It is the things that these dwarves will become are creatures that are damned and fallen. Things that will never know the peace of death unless they are struck down. But in becoming monsters, they will perhaps allow us to fight greater monsters than the ones that haunt us at night. You know what? We're going to test how they are just alive. There is a hillocks over here, the dwarven hillocks of Sword Danced. To the right, the elk people have taken this place over. We're going to attack it. We are going to try and burn it to the ground. The elk people there have been attacking for too long. We need to try and stymie their advances. We slew 50 of them or so here, but that doesn't mean that there cannot be more of them that will soon arrive. Oh, snatchers! Oh no. Goblins. Well, oh geez. A couple of them just got absolutely buzzsawed in those cage traps there. Protect the children. You've had your fill of wheat thins and cottage cheese. How goes it? It goes well. We are sending out our military to test their mettle against the zombie hordes. Meanwhile, it seems that our brothers from another civilization have made their way here to initiate trade. Rip goblins. Rip goblins, tear goblins, otherwise destroy goblins. Ah, we've got some finished goods for them. With any luck, this will be exactly what they've been looking for. They haven't had a chance to really get to know us yet, since they're from another civilization entirely. In fact, they had probably thought our people to have vanished from history altogether. It appears I have become a scrungly little guy. It is true. In fact, thank you for reminding me. It looks as though the time on the scrungly dude has passed. So I'm gonna go back to being hot. You know what? I'll keep the PJs on. Let's see. A single bar of bronze, some varicites, a couple of water skins. Ooh, a stegith, type of musical instrument. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can produce that in the fortress. Barrels, both with and without booze, very useful. Thank you for the head pads, Minkus. Steel breastplate. Okay. Ooh, some brilliantly dyed cloaks. Some robes. We cannot make our own high boots, so we are just going to... I'm going to buy our own here. Yeah, for some reason our civilization just does not have the secret of high boots. Ooh, some sand, we can use that to make glass. They have brought some different cloth. Do love to get some different textiles here. Maybe some leather. They have fish, but we can make our own here. They've brought grapes and passion fruits. We can make our own passion fruit wine here. That's very cool. Start your day with dealings. You know what? We have been meaning to make our own library and fill it with cool stuff. Well, we have our own library, but you know, we have yet to really we've yet to really make any sterling works of fiction or non-fiction. An elf bone crown. Huh. I didn't even think we could make those anymore. We've got a bunch of totems that we've been making from farm animals. Cherry Cokes has been especially fastidious on making those. We're out here, you know, making a whole bunch of stone crafts and bone crafts. And we can point out that a whole bunch of these came from zombies. Even more of a testament to our, you know, to the will of the dwarves of Doomslayer. Oh, hey, yeah, I think we did create those elf bone crowns. Another good reason to be striking down those zombies is so we can make our own elf bone stuff. What's more dwarven than like selling jewelry made from the bones of an elf? Oh yeah, and then there's this artifact that is a hood that we have literally no way to, we cannot wear it because it is too big for us. Okay, I don't think that we'll need to sell off the rest of our stuff then. In fact, we could just buy all of their stuff if we wanted. Let's see, backpack, some brays. I won't buy any of the metal gear though. We'll buy all their clothing. We'll buy the food that they brought. The plump helmets we can brew into drinks. Sure, we'll buy the fish. We'll buy the meat. We'll buy their leather. And they will leave with the knowledge that they have created, that they have had a fantastic trade. Because they have received an artifact created by the gods. Buy all their mittens, all their gloves, all of their socks. Buy their shoes, their dresses. Buy that cage, this toy hammer, toy boat. Roadwound is a great treasure. We respect that this is no mere trade. Alright, cool. Alright, Tara, have a wonderful rest of your night. Quick, get that Gobbo's corpse in here. Ah, yes, pull the lever so we can get the Atom Smasher running again. Okay. Now, dump the goblin's corpse in the Atom Smasher. We'll lock the door. The Argent Stars have returned, triumphant. None of them are dead, which is a good start. Let's see. Ari Aries unrolled a brilliant tactical plan. The attackers had a strong position and the advantage of head start. Striking down zombie elves, zombie moose women, zombie moose men. Let's see. We searched the place. We looted Burning Uncovered, The Fire Book, and Captivated by Combustion. Those are all books. As well as a rope reed thread, a goshenite, a fire agate, a turkey leather loincloth, and a wolf parchment sheet. How long have I been playing Dwarf Fortress to learn how to manage what it throws at me? That's a wonderful question. I have been playing since it's hard to put an exact figure on it, but over 10 years. Ever since the days of I think 4.0 or thereabouts. So a long time. Not constantly, but on and off enough to stay up to date with it. And so there are plenty of stupid dwarf tricks, as they call them, that still exist to this day, and a whole bunch of things that sound weird but are oddly true. You can tell an old Dwarf Fortress player from a new Dwarf Fortress player by asking people if they know about the puppy fountain, because old school Dwarf Fortress players were very much open to war crimes. In fact, Blind IRL very recently looked deep into the Bay 12 forums and looked at something called Dwarven Daycare. Dwarven Daycare was all about basically trying to find a way to maximize the possibilities of basically forcing a dwarf child to sit in a really enclosed room with an angry dog and have the dog, attack that child over and over again. When the idea would be that the dwarf in question would basically learn to dodge from the constant attacks. And so by the time they grew up, they would kind of become, just like a super soldier in their own right. That doesn't work quite so well these days, so, we're doing something a little more unorthodox. Our primary military squad, the Argent Stars, are all getting to be legendary soldiers through experience. in their own right. Child services get put in game. Not so much, more the fact that it just, it doesn't work anymore. It's not as effective as it used to be. Oh, we're out of flux. Okay, okay. Time to dig out some more limestone. Yeah, ever since sparring was created, the game has had no need for the dwarven daycare chamber. In fact, a lot of developments in this game have been because the Great Toady one was somewhat reviled at what people would try to do with the in-game mechanics. Say, for instance, there's a reason why very few people can actually create out of, jewelry out of sentient beings anymore. And that's because Tarn Adams saw the saw the discussions over a mermaid drowning chamber, and he basically just he made some workarounds for the game that made it almost impossible to make jewelry out of sentient beings anymore. Because, much like many other things in life, they don't, a few weirdos kind of fucked it up for the rest of us. We need more beds. Whoa. Okay, the ghostly scribe has been put to rest. We will build statues for them all later. But first, we have to make sure that the enclave is ready. Yeah, like, the, Dwarf Fortress does have that as a feature, but a lot of creatures have it built into their ethical system that they will refuse to do so unless it's unless that sentient creature undergoes something called a fell mood, where they want to create an artifact, but they're also incredibly depressed at the same time. This causes them to let out a roaring laughter, fell and terrible, and in that fell mood, they will seek out another sentient creature with which to make an artifact. They will then murder that sentient creature and use their body as the components for that artifact. I once had that happen in a fortress where a necromancer, killed the monarch of that particular kingdom and made his bones into a shield. I may have engineered circumstances to make that happen, but I was very pleased with the results. Like that particular dwarf was a necromancer, and she had great ambitions of power. Not because, partly because she wanted the kingdom that she was part of to stop being manipulated by other necromancers. She was like, if we are to be, if we are to rise above everything, we have to, have a powerful necromancer of our own in charge. And it just so happened that that necromancer would be her. Okay. Okay, we're going to have a stockpile in here for booze. We aren't going to need any prepared meals because vampires don't need food. This is going to be the Vampire's Tavern. And, oh, actually, you know what? Let's forbid that for now. We don't want booze in here just yet, since we want them to only have access to the well. Yeah, it was such a good, like, role-playing opportunity.
Hey, Lola.
She made it her life's mission to make the fortress powerful enough that the monarch of their civilization would come to their fortress and make it the mountain home. And then once his purpose was served, she was like, okay, now we kill you. Hi, Extreme. How you doing? It's good to see you. All right, the merchants from the Dwarven Hillocks have made it on their way. Hopefully bringing with them messages that that we are truly a wealthy civilization if we can afford to give up such magnificent artifacts. Just got home from work? Oh, hey, welcome back. I hope you are doing well. You know, I'm gonna assist a little bit with auto dump just to, oh, hey, that is not what I wanted to dump there. Yeah, just for the purposes of expediency, we're getting all of the rocks out of this place. I'm gonna link up this area to act as an airlock between the rest of the fortress. Okay, they've got chests, they've got weapon racks, they've got armor stands, they have cabinets. We'll soon have everything that we need for them here. We have plenty of food and plenty of drinks. Praise Armok. Yeah, how was work? I hope it was not too taxing. Okay, it looks like the stonecrafter's hauling the silver cabinet in. The dwarves here will see steel all around them, mostly. But in here, they will see some other cool metals. Then this central area will be their temple to no particular deity. And then here shall be their tavern. Oh hey, another artifact. Very cool. furniture, for some reason, is where siege ammunition goes. So, ballista arrowheads, ballista parts, siege ammo, there we go. Okay, so this area is a bunch of walled off like fortifications. The ballistas will be able to fire through at the targets to test themselves. Siege engineer's been possessed, very cool. Wait, black bear person is fighting. Okay. Okay. Alright, looks like, yeah, for the most part they have been dealt with. Good, good. Esm Lerem Itab has given birth to a boy, and we have attracted no migrants. But hey, with the rate of reproduction that we're getting at, you know, we will hopefully soon have a, you know, we will have no need for we'll have no need for reproduction. You just yoink. Where the hell is this guy going? Why are they okay? These people seem very eager to do battle with the bear people, and then just die apparently. No, get out of the. Okay. Dwarves, go to the burrow. We'll assign the military to take care of these zombie bear people. The zombear people, if you will. Why are you sleeping? Okay, cool. Looks like they're dealt with. Alright, pause. Everyone back to work. Oh, hey. That one is a mutilated corpse, but it is not mangled. If it's not mangled, it just keeps coming back to life. Okay, bonk. It's still mutilated. It's not... Why on earth are you climbing a tree? This corpse has just gotten back up again. It's on its way to the fortress. Bam. It's still mutilated. What are you doing? Bashes it in the upper body, bruising the muscle, and that just killed it again. But yeah, if it's not mangled, it keeps getting back up. Are we out of silver? No, we've got some silver. Okay, yeah. Ooh. It's created Amkin Nefek, a gypsum kirar. So that's a musical instrument. It's called the Gladness of Fancying. See, encrusted with oval gypsum cabochons, rectangular rose quartz cabochons, cushion cut sards, cushion cut pink jade cabochons, encircled with bands of emu bone and clumprong, adorned with hanging rings of troll fur. Let's see. Image of elves, talking about the ascension to the position of king in the year 1. A tiny handheld straight metal horn. Very cool. What are they Oh, okay, yeah, they're grabbing bees. Okay, okay. Get you some bees. The Gladness of Fencing is a hell of a name for a stone and bone metal horn instrument, right? Especially considering it's a dwarven metal instrument. Just know that thing is dooting out jubilation. Mm-hmm. I love that it was a siege operator that did that, no less. Okay, I'm gonna put some lead in there. So then, actually, yeah, this will not be a barracks. That will be the temple. I think it's time. I think it's time that we move the vampire, since the rest of this will also require a little bit of finesse. Kubak, if that is your real name. It's not. Bemble, we know that's your real name. We're getting you a new office as our mayor. Yes, Transfem? Do I have a raid planned for later? I do not. Feel free to recommend one using the redeem. Oh my god, the black bear people corpses are back. At this rate, I'm almost tempted to let it get over to the fortress, just so it can step in a cage trap. But I have Flannel Fawn, Deep Space, and Lizenfin Alliance. Those are all people that I would be happy to raid. I'm not blind. Blind is not live. Fair enough. Snabar's sinful morsel wishes to join the Doom of Figures as a citizen. You know what? Sure. That will make it easier for us to do what needs to be done later on. Dagger's a bimbo is a oh yeah, I know Dagger's a bimbo. I've raided her on a couple of occasions, and she has popped in here. Yeah, like I don't want to say all trans people know each other, but to an extent we do. What the? Oh shit. Tholtek Edim Erib, the weaponsmith, has been found dead, completely drained of blood, and now is a zombie. Fuck. I took my eyes off the vampire for 1 second. Where are you?
Hey, bitch!
Hi, Blue Lobster. How you doing? Now that her identity has been revealed, you can see now that, you know, she shows as a vampire. Someone must have seen her. Vampire, we just believe in their beliefs. All right. Red Canyons. What a fitting name. Bop. Okay, the corpse was mangled. Okay, you can see that the mayor has now been, oh. I was attacked by the dead. This is truly horrifying. She went to go and do her job, as in, like, listen to people and, like, petition. She felt empathy, but, you know, she is uneasy after seeing... Wait a second. What the hell is Sid? Why did it say it shit. Okay, okay. What the hell happened to Sid? Killed by the... oh shit, did she come back as a zombie? You know what? Let's find out. Okay. What happens if we rejuvenate her? Nothing. Okay, well, let's see. That's Sid. Death cause. Sid was the one who got drained of blood? Okay, yeah, that cannot stand. Now now is all the more reason for she drained 2 people of blood, like in the course of a few course of a few seconds. I suppose that's what happens when you leave a vampire locked up for that long, but, hey Sid, are you around? Do you want to bring your dwarf back to life before they become a zombie? Does anyone else want to do that on Sid's behalf? Thank you, Ash. Let's see. Okay. By the power of Twitch chat, you may live once again. I've been wounded. That's very annoying. Okay. Looks like she is actually going to the well now. Okay. Move there. You know what? Fuck it. Hydrate and unshrimp? Good idea. Oh. Okay. The vampire is now trapped in the well. And just to make sure she stays there, we're going to make this area a teeny tiny temple. To no particular deity. So, now that she is stuck there, she will continue to pray. And now, we activate the vampire poker. Kitty noises, etc. That is what we said was how you were doing diplomacy. Did not work. Did she dodge? Okay, well, retract the spear. Do it again. There is no blood in there. Dodge training for vamp. Okay, so it is hitting her. It is but it's just bruising her kidney through her dress. Okay, okay. We are, it seems as though we will need to repeatedly poke the vampire. With sound our meows over the phone, our friends' cats go to investigate phones. Aw. I love that. Oh my god, someone's trying to go and attend a meeting with the vampire. That's kind of funny. An interview with a vampire? Okay, it says that she's injured. There is a spattering of blood in the bottom of the well now. Tax deduction meeting with a vampire just isn't quite as catchy. True. Okay. It's only a spattering, though. Yeah. Okay. We now continue poking the vampire until it is more than just a spattering. She's tough. She can take it. We will consider this payment for the dwarves that you have murdered with your appetites. What the fuck? Why is Lenny purple? Why is Lenny's skin purple? Let's see, Lenny has inebriation. Okay. Curse check? Selected unit is not cursed. I think maybe it's just an effect of the evil weather outside. On occasion, there has been a whole bunch of I remember last time the evil weather made people do like weird shit. Yeah, he's just developing an evil tan. Okay. So this is now a smear of blood. Pull the lever once again. We need to make sure that there is a lot of blood in there. Okay. Let's see, bruising the muscle and the pancreas. Ate a pumpkin, perhaps. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not showing him as cursed, so... Seems okay. Okay, now seriously injured. Just in case, we're going to invoke some divine magic here. We want to make sure that this thing is able to bleed more effectively for us, shall we say. That means healing them up to stab them once again. Once it becomes a pool of blood, then we can see about getting then we can see about getting our military into this place. Now it's a pool of blood. Okay, here we go. The time has come. It is the winter of the year 617. Our dwarves have begun to ponder something. We recognize that the elk people of the Wavinesses of Blossoming will not stop trying to kill us. In fact, we've seen quite clearly that they will intend to keep coming to kill us. They will do so again and again and again. Because the leader of the Wavinesses of Blossoming is not an elk person in the traditional sense of the word. They once were an elk person, certainly, but they died a long time ago. And when they died, it seemed as though they had met the end of their journey, that they had completed their story, so to speak. But the gods had other fates in mind for them. Many years later, an enterprising mercenary would break into that elk person's tomb, and in doing so, curse both them and their entire civilization to doom. In doing so, the leader of their civilization, well, was reborn, and it was at that point that they took the throne. He became a mummy, cursed to roam the earth with the power of necromancy and an aim for revenge. That mercenary went on to live a pretty full and mostly exciting life. They went on and they traded back and forth. Yeah, they stole a particular gem for one civilization, then went and stole it back for another. And they would do that for a great many years, whether changing up what they would steal every now and then. And then one day, after having, moved up from theft to murder, she met her, the person who defiled that tomb. She was murdered by one of her targets. And then, many decades later, that mummy found her corpse. Whether it was by happenstance or the divine targeting nature of the curse, we cannot say. But he then came back and resurrected her as a mindless corpse. The dead walk. Hide while you still can. Well, everyone, it's time. Everyone, run for shelter. Lock the doors. Olin, go, go, go. The river is frozen. They'll be able to make their way in through the fishing center. Okay. Deactivate the burrow since everything is locked down. Lock all the hatches. No one is going out right now. The Wavinesses of Blossoming are here again. They come in force. Fewer than before, but still numerous and dangerous. An elf pikeman, an elf swordsman, spearmen, macemen carrying flails, halberds, pikes, whips, maces, hammers, mauls. Seems to be almost exclusively elves this time. Now we might even be ready for this. We might. But we're not sure. Not completely. But desperate times call for desperate measures, do they not? There is no better time, I think, for us to implement the program. Stab the vampire once again. Make sure that she is truly bled into here. Okay, a pool of blood and water. Dwarves are fetching buckets to fill the well. Argent stars, move in. These are your new quarters. You will not thank me for this, because this is not a task that is taken lightly. This is a burden. This is a curse. But it is one that you will take on. It is one that you take on knowing that you will never live the life of an ordinary dwarf. Not anymore. We will prepare the final pieces of armor and equipment for them to wear. After all, before they're sealed away, may as well make sure that they are the pinnacle of dwarven engineering. It seems as though the invaders are, well, they've made it through the first door there because it was completely, they are unable to, we weren't able to close that one. They are buzzsawing themselves on the first set of weapon traps. But like the other times, they're unable to get through the doors. Okay, silk cloaks. After all, it makes sense that they should be wearing finery as well. So I asked Ari if she was okay with taking this route for the dwarves, and you know, she gladly volunteered herself up. As I said, this will be a burden, and this will be a curse. But in doing so, you will find yourselves to be greater than you could have imagined. Stronger, tougher, faster, unable to know the peace of death, save when your earthly remains are finally hacked apart. You will crave the blood of sentient beings. You will never again know what it's like to drink alcohol, lest it is forced upon you. And this is, as I said, a burden. It is a curse. but you will also be remembered as the greatest of us. You will live separately from us, so that we need not harm one another. But when threats to the Duma figures come about, when we are required to take war to our enemies, you will be the ones we turn to. You shall be the Mothram Nazush, those of cursed blood. You will have all of the amenities that we can afford you. You have a tavern for merrymaking, such as you are able. You will have a shrine that you can use to pray. You have a barracks in which you'll be able to train constantly without need to rest. And you will never interact with the rest of us in order to keep us all safe. You will be the monsters that we send to fight the other monsters. Now, head to your enclave and be about your business. If you need better equipment, then we shall reinforce you as we are able. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we missing someone? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Lock the doors. Take them off duty. And there. Bemble is the first of them to become of cursed blood. And now a totally real vampire, a totally real dwarf is sat down there. Currently forced to watch as others partake of her cursed blood to become just like her. I'm gonna quickly make a new quarantine. After all, we have to make sure that each of these dwarves is able to drink of these waters before they have to. We have to make sure each of these dwarves is able to partake of the water before they can endanger each other with their thirst. But yeah. All right. Oh shit. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, everybody. We are back. So, Now we wait. Each of the Argent Stars must drink. Ah, it seems as though Ari is the next. She too is now a vampire, as is Urvad. Oh, Burr is next. They are going surprisingly quickly, almost as if each one of them sees what the other is doing and wishes to take part in this fell ritual. Maybe it's merely all of the heavy exertion that's been going on from their training. Or perhaps each of them sees what's happening and wants to be a part of it. We'll see. While they're in quarantine, we'll prepare them a quick little temple here so that they can pray. Not much else for them to do right now. Good, 2 more. Make Lenny immortal. Lenny is a child. I'm not making a dwarf into a child vampire forever. The forgotten beast Vilela Aquianore Omi has come, a huge, hairy chameleon. It has a long spiral horn and it undulates rhythmically. Its black hair is short and even. Beware its deadly spittle. Hi, Index. Am I using the Hava seed for this run? Is this a D's nuts type joke? Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. Have a nice day. Ah, got him. You got me. Good job. You know what? I'm just gonna lock you in. Having someone sleeping next to a bunch of vampires is a surefire way to have them become the next Capri Sun. It is done. You are dwarves no longer. You are Mothram Nazush of cursed blood. Yeah. How you doing, princess? Good to see you. So, this area is your tavern, such as it is. We will name this place Mothram Nazush, the Curses of Blood. They'll be able to socialize with one another. They'll be able to pray. But that is it. Okay. That forgotten beast, meanwhile, seems to be out there having a time of it. Look at that thing. It's gonna go around and beat the shit out of things until it dies, and then if its body is not mangled, it'll come back as a zombie forgotten beast. Its name translates to Vilela, the Fated Cavern of Skulls. Whoop. There was just a zombie troglodyte there that it just murdered. There's a zombie naked mole dog. This thing is gonna rack up a lot of kills. So, given that the word argent means silver, and given that these creatures are now no longer a shining example of dwarfhood, but a set of cursed monsters, I think it best that we rename them. You are no longer the Argent Stars. Is it in here? I might not be able to. I thought I could just fill it in. You shall now be Phil Segavir, the Tarnished Stars. Ready yourselves. Just like that, they go back to their training. And now they're leading a demonstration on biting. Perhaps something that they will need to master. For sure. Tonight we dine in. Fornea coded, yes. Okay. We lock those doors, and we unlock this hatch. We're going to save here real quick. And now we are going to test. The first time we were under siege from the Wavinesses of Blossoming, we had a small crew of barely trained, well armored, and passionate dwarves who were ready to give it their all to fight for the fortress of Doomslayer. We lost 3 dwarves back then, and we vowed to make sure it would never happen again, so fruitlessly. If we are to earn our deaths, they must be glorious. We must strike down as many of the foes as we are capable of. We must push ourselves to new limits. We have to rack up a great many more kills than simply 50 of our foes. It is time we test the Mothram Nazush. We will unlock this hatch and provide a clear route for the undead. It's unclear if they know just what's going on just yet. Perhaps they cannot even detect the Mothram Nazush here, given that each one of them is a vampire. Undead just like themselves. So let's say we go over there and show them what we're capable of. Oh, and here they are already. Beautiful. A work of art. In seconds, they swept through. Did you see that? Ari entered a martial trance as she did so. Like, it took no time at all. Vorok Bodthanas, slay that final invader. It took moments. And just like that, they head right back to training. Oh hey, there's still an elf arm up here. The dwarves realize, oh shit, we left an arm behind. And then the arm got up again. Ah, finally! Tara the Esper of Doomslayer has given birth to a boy. At last. What a way to celebrate. About time. We in the damnation of dwarves to unlife and the eradication of these zombies, we then top it all off with new life in the fortress. With that, we lock up the forbidden hatches. And we condemn the Mothram Nazush to their enclave. Isolated. Alone. They will form a comradeship with each other that no other dwarf in this fortress can possibly understand. Because they are now all they have. They will have to learn to get along with each other, if they have not done so already. They'll need to learn what it's like to spend eternity fighting our enemies. And hey, this new barracks can now be used to accommodate a whole new squad. Let's start getting some people trained up, shall we? I think Sid deserves to lead this one, since she was so recently brought back from being slurped by a vampire. We'll put together a team for her to lead. There are plenty of new migrants here who could, who are mostly doing agricultural work. We won't need as many of those now, Especially considering that we have just removed 10 dwarves' biological needs. Speaking of the zombies, did I go through another 1,000 hours to take down one more zombie? No, we dismantled the bolt throwers. We are thinking of using either catapults or ballistas for the next one. We'll have to see if they are... We'll have to see if they're effective. We'll schedule them for staggered training, because we're still going to need them to take part in their labors. But for now, we'll leave the fortress of Doomslayer on a positive note. 10 vampire legendary soldiers who swept through about 40 zombies as though it was nothing. With just this one right hand left to call its own. We feel triumph after we have defeated the forces of the Wavinesses of Blossoming. As we should. Because we now have a squad that is ready for anything. We're training up new dwarves to go and seek their doom elsewhere. And now we have new life to christen the fortress anew. This is a great end to this chapter. Next time, we take the tarnished stars, and we take the fight to the zombies. We try and beat back the monsters of this world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all the cool things that make the algorithm go burr. And a big shout out to my tier 2 subscribers, Valtteri and Fizzypuff. However you support me, it helps me make as much content as I can. So, thank you once again for watching, and remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be. So, light it up.